Hi, this video is going to look at how to use Google Drive to host the podcast file, the audio file, and be able to embed that into a Weebly page. So I'm going to come and open up this audio file. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come over here and say open in new window. And when I do that, I now have different choices in these dots, these three vertical dots, which is embed item. So here is that iframe embed code that I can grab, and we're going to change this width and height when we get into Weebly. So I'm copying this, and I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to come over to Weebly and I'm going to bring in my embed code and come here and I'm going to paste this in. And I'm going to change this to 400 by 200. You can play around with this, but it's going to give me a player that looks like this. Now, the difference between this and using SoundCloud is that the SoundCloud player, you'll see when you watch the SoundCloud video, is it gets embedded into the page and it does not direct you away from the Weebly page. You can play that SoundCloud player right from the page. This option of using Google Drive gives you a pop-up window that then takes whoever's going to listen to the podcast to that actual file in Google Drive. So when I publish this, it will look like this. So I'm going to go to the on the podcast page here. So it looks like this, and you'll see that it takes me to a second window. Here's my Weebly site, and it gives me a pop-out window. And the one caveat about this, and this is the same if you are going to be sharing videos from your Google Drive, is that currently there is a limitation on the number of times that an audio file or a video file can be played from Google Drive. Meaning that if your students are listening to it, it might tap out in terms of the numbers of times that it can be played, and then it resets again the next day. So that is a little bit of a caveat for using the Google Drive option. That is not something that you have to deal with SoundCloud. So anyway, that's how you do that, and you are welcome to play around with either option as you embed your podcast in your ePortfolio.